Hey everybody, I am Red King from Cinema Robots, and welcome back to Space Engineers. Well, there wasn't an update. Well, there was an update, but it was just a bug fix primarily. They did add some more support for, like, small ship Gatlings, but I figured I would come back to this map and I would show you guys some things I've been working on. So there's something out there, and there's actually, primarily the stuff I've worked on is inside here. And at first I wanted to talk about a bug that they were having, is with these rotors. For some reason, the rotors don't stop when you finish rotating or something like that. I don't know. They've been really weird, and so they're not supposed to be angled like that. They're supposed to be very, they have a 0 point in the middle, and then they go 90 degrees left and right. But right now they're kind of being odd, so I'll show you a little bit of what I'm talking about. So we will drop them. And then we will have them rotate. They did say that they fixed it. Oh, that's not what I wanted. They said that they fixed it, but I don't know how much they fixed in the sense of what the rotors are doing, because for some reason these don't stop. These connector rotors just don't stop at all. As you can see, they're going further than they should, and they just keep rotating, which is really... Oh, well, they go further out, so they go further degree. I will show you. They're not supposed to go that far, which is really weird. As you can see, they're supposed to go 90 degrees and then 0. And they don't do that right now. We're going to come back, and you're going to see that they, moving about, they're pretty slow, but I designed them to be slow. But they should stop there. And for some reason, they try to, and then they get all wonky and they like fall in on themselves. So I had to redesign a little bit, just so that I could make these things fit easily. But that's not the big thing I wanted to show you. So on the Ravager, I did some adjustments, and hi, there I am. You can see me hanging out. But I did add some more stuff in here. So last time we were in here, there were no lights, so there's actually some brightness in here. And there's these walls, which actually have a purpose. So this is a very small area, like a very small bay area to deal with. So it's kind of, you don't have much time to fly out and really get things done, especially if this is going to be a wartime ship, or if you're going to use it to quickly escape or anything like that. So I actually took the escape pods I originally designed, and I broke them down, and I turned them into something else. And I gave them the same idea. Have artificial mass in the front, and be able to get out of here quickly because of gravity. And on the sides is actually all of the gravity fields. So the thing is, the trick is, you actually have these off. So all of this stuff, these are off, so that on the ship, we're going to go back to me now. If I turn my HUD back on, you can see the gravity is still the same. So it's 2 gravity because there's one generator on that side and one on that side, and there's one towards the back. But in order for this to be effective, you actually have to turn the gravity off so that these things don't get messed up and drag across the ground, and that they actually launch properly. I call them Grav Fighters because for me it made sense. I mean, they use gravity primarily to shoot themselves out of the docking bays here, so that they can intercept very quickly and they can go about their business. We're going to take one for a test run. Gonna let go, lift off, go to third person so that I don't hit the other little toy. See, I hit something anyways. Alright, so as you can see, everything is all set up. We are all set to go. I'm gonna head into the Ravager setting, and as you can see, I have gravity generators set up very specifically. So this is ship's gravity. We will turn off the ship's gravity. We will turn on the launch generators. As you can see, as I move forward, oh, I didn't turn them on. Ravager launch generators. We're gonna turn them all on. And if you look at the gravity in the corner there, in the top left corner, you can actually see it says 20 Gs pointing in that direction. So it's straight forward. And as you can see, I don't have any engines on in the back except for the small ones, which are just meant for the hangar bit. So then I can turn them off, not waste any power, and I turn on my gravity lifts. And it sends me off. Turn off your dampeners, and you can be out of there in almost an instant. So then when I get out, you can actually turn on these. These are a mod from one of my... These are a mod that I use because they are so powerful that they make sense for these little Grav Fighters to be able to use and maneuver about easily. Oh, jeez. Come on. Oh, I turned my dampeners off. That's what happened. I was like, man, why am I all over the place? That's because the dampeners are off. So yeah, so with the Grav Fighter here, its primary purpose is to be your main fighting support. So what it does is it handles all the business. It takes care of everything that needs to be taken care of. This is actually a really good example of like my idea of a kind of a mass relay. And many people have done this before, but I don't really like the way the shape came out. And it made me kind of happy because I thought about how I would use it, and I think I would put it, I'm going to put it on something, and I'm going to use it either as like an actual relay. And as you can see, this thing has like 50, so it's ridiculously strong. I'm going to use it either as a relay or as a gravity weapon. And many people have done gravity weapons, but I still haven't done a lot of gravity weapon stuff, but I think I'm going to use it primarily for transportation, because I'm not that close to it. I'm pretty far out, actually. But as soon as I turn it on, boom, and out we go. And as you can see, my power is overloading pretty badly. I designed this with small reactors to keep the size down, but the problem is the small reactors and these engines are just far too powerful. If I had, I need to do a little bit of redesigning and just get one large reactor in there and a bunch of small ones, and this would be perfect. And especially with the new block ideas, the new block mods they have out there, you can totally do that. In this point, when you're coming back into ship, main engine's off, small engine's on, and it pushes you just enough to get you back into base. And we're gonna set her down right here. And so that is that is my Grav Fighter. Oh Jesus, I forgot about that. I should turn that off. And usually you would have another person inside there who could turn off those generators and return ship to normality. So the ship's gravity is now back on. It cannot interfere with you. Simply 2 G's over the 20. But that comes up to my next little thing I have created. Well, I have invested into the kind of the ship Armada idea, which is the remote probe. And we all know the probes. We all know how they work. I just wanted a nice little idea of actually having them inside the bay with you, so that you could have your fighters and you could have the little probes come out when you're ready for it. So I'm actually going to go back in here, and as you can see, I have RC, RC1, RC2, Ravager. It's kind of the setup. But what we'll do is we'll go into probe 2. We will control. And what I need to do is I need to put a connector, disconnect. Let's find the connector. And we're just gonna, we'll change the name of it so that we know. We're gonna connector probe. We will unlock it. So now I have control of this little guy. And broke free. Okay. So design-wise, they're pretty simple. There's not much to them. They're not designed to be very husky. They're actually designed to be awkward, so that, I mean, honestly, they don't seem like much of a threat, save for the machine guns on the top. But overall, they're not too. There's nothing crazy about them. They're remote controlled. They have the connector on the back so that you can constantly refuel them. You can reload them if you need to, because the guns are hooked up directly into the connector, which then is hooked up to a medium-sized cargo box inside the actual little probe itself. and this is purely designed for exploration and determining threats on enemy ships. And it's actually one of my favorites, which is kind of funny, because it's so simple. It's so easy, it's so little. And it has little machine guns, basically just for its protection, but it can be used to, you know, look around, observe other players or factions out there that you don't feel comfortable with observing, or maybe you're just exploring other planets, and instead of risking risking life and limb to go see it, you instead send this little guy out, and he goes and explores and handles business. But yeah, so far that has been the update I have done for Red's Armada, which is just kind of, you know, building on top of the already pre-existing ship I have. I have invested a couple of mods in here that have, for me, dramatically improved the ship design and the way they are made. Like, my favorite one are these engines, which are so powerful that they're just ridiculous, and the thrusters, which are these curved ones, which just give every ship just a nice appeal. I'm going to start adding more mods to other ones, so that we can get a better, you know, so we can see more stuff, kind of enhance the game a bit more. And I think, and I'll be doing some videos. I'll be doing a couple videos on some mods, since they're still doing updates, and they're kind of talking about modding support for, you know, just small ships and whatnot. My next couple videos for Space and Energy will be specifically about the modding community, people who put out good mods, anything like that. If you have any suggestions for those, like who you would like to see, whose mods you really enjoy, I think I have one on here. Let's go. G. That's what I'm looking for. I have Azimuth Industries. This is a very popular one I hear a lot about because he has some really cool looking ones. I mean, just the color scheme in here is a little bit iffy, but it's still really cool. Let's see, Darth Biomech mods, now that he no longer has, since they've actually added in the fighter cockpit as regular, that's what we get now. He has the small armor and the sloped one, which is ones I use the most. Dead Tech, I don't have it on this one. But overall, yeah, I mean, that's one of the mods I have on this specific one, but I plan to add more to kind of give this fleet more life, and I'm gonna build some more ships as we go. I'd love to hear your suggestions on what kind of ships you'd like to see, ideas, really, like, what kind of ship do I need at this point? Because I know I need plenty. I'm going to need, like, a carrier, a proper carrier. I'm going to need an actual battle cruiser, things like that. But is there any other ship that you would like to see built, or an idea you would like to see come true and you don't think you have the building skills? I might. I don't know. I build things and hopefully they come out well. But thank you all for joining me on this episode. I am Red King from Send More Robots. And always remember who you are and what you are. Don't go cause any trouble out there in that crazy, crazy world. And always remember, building ships in this game is a lot easier than I remember, because I always start to build something and then I go, oh, this is going to take forever. And then I build that and that in probably a couple hours. So, I mean, this game's good. Really easy. As long as you understand it. Goodbye, guys. No, get back in that thing.